Bishop Bishop Nicholas Hobson. I want to let you people know that I just recently just signed a for my congregation a new 2023 budget that was approved by by approved like that, and my new board and the budget I recently signed will make commitments to the church expansion and operations. The church have recently just expanded operation into Kenya, and mean that our membership has gone up dramatically in out six, I believe 6 to 10 miles outside of Nairobi, where a new church operation and building will be located. And also the church budget will address homelessness and low income poverty in Chicago, in pretty much like Detroit and places like Detroit and Atlanta and overseas. Like I said in my previous message, I understand that the people and the workers at the orphanage are struggling financially. But and like I said previously, I'll say again that I appreciate the store owner doing what do he or she do like that to provide food to people to workers and staff at the orphanage in Uganda. Like I said before, the church has recently applied for a grant, and the church will use the some and the church and grant, and I believe that the church will I strongly believe that and commit the church will and the congregation will issue release funds to that store owner for what they do for workers and staff at the and children at the orphanage for providing them food and any type of other economic resources. And I want to say that the church has I just signed a $8.9 million mandatory funding budget for mandatory funding for the congregation commitment and motivation to serve communities and homelessness in Michigan, Georgia, and Uganda and Kenya, with investment in priority areas such as community development, commu- homelessness, social services. Also the church budget I signed will pretty much will fund have what provide fund development, community development initiatives, homelessness, social services, and also the budget will include it costs will include like create funding if necessary for the new initiative that my sector boss set up was the stop crime and violence, fund the police, and along with the homeless prevention roundtable table meeting. The church starting next year it will start receiving sponsorship, can start receiving sponsorship from the homeless uh prevention roundtable meetings to help fund social services. Also, they're starting next year. The weekly bingo fundraiser will start back up to help fund to help fund organization to help fund like the homeless financial relief program, the financial and the emergency assistance program, help for that financial assistance to homelessness in Detroit and Georgia and over in Kenya and Uganda. And also my church has been expanding in its executive office have been expanding. I now have like have advisors and different issues, including a including a including a special assistant to special assistant that help with our new homelessness policy that we like to get started up by next year because the pandemic has slowed it down or canceled it. Now that gonna be and that gonna house over 100 homeless people in in low affordable and low income housing that's efficient and up to code in Georgia and right here in Wayne County. And also the budget will include will also provide initiatives like by being like preparing for and responding to help the homeless and low income community. Like for example, like say if a homeless person is struggling and dealing with economic challenges, we're gonna be able to assist them more effectively and immediately with financial assistance and emergency assistance, because we did this time of inflation when we and while we us living now in recession, that I also agree with people like Charles Payne from Fox Business, that we live in, like we just don't live in a recession. We live in it's like we live in a depression because of high food and gas prices. I do not believe that what I just heard yesterday from some individual, that the pandemic is not the 1% cause of it of this recession and depression. I believe that the I believe as an independent, I believe the lot of this inflation has a lot to do with Democrats' economic policies and government spending. That's why we rely so much as bishop and senior pastor and evangelical. I believe in I believe in like have I do believe in like I believe in like a balanced budget and reduce government spending and having more limited government, not like not what like Democratic and blue state governments control government be doing when they be continue to increase spending and raise taxes and running Americans out of those blue states. Like for example, like what I said previously about African Americans in Chicago. African Americans in Chicago say are I heard people say in Chicago they are actually angry of the Democratic legislature raising taxes, taking away their hard earned money from their job, causing them to be more financially squeezed. That is not an opinion. That is a fact. If you continue to raise taxes among African American, all Americans, including middle class and low income, while they working on jobs, it takes away money from from working Americans. And like for example, I just found out that Detroit is just like Chicago, just just create a Detroit income tax that now people in Detroit now paying local city income tax, and people are paying, and people that live in Detroit are paying that tax from their paychecks like that. And I oppose that completely, but all it does is allow Democratic government to take more money from people's hard earned money and paychecks. And also starting next year, the Accelerate Recovery meeting will start under this budget will start about next year, because the start next year about help people with their hurts, habits, and hang-ups. The people dealing with mental health, addictions, and sexual assault, sexual harassment, or any type of depression, or and other challenges they may have to deal with their hurts, habits, and hang-ups. And also, this budget that I signed was is going to do more of caring for Americans through our global home initiative. Our global home initiative has been doing really well since I started this congregation in 20 in 2014. That's nothing but a continuation of the nothing but a continuation of the pro, continuation of the program since first started my the personal grassroots initiative, Pastor Hobson Homeless Initiative. The shirt the fund means that under this means that right now my executive office is hiring for a human resources manager to handle recruitment for the for congregation, like for example, like when the church, like for example, like for the volunteer to work and program, and along with other employment opportunities within the church. And also in the and another thing that this budget includes that I just signed was about the about the about how my church congregation, this congregation, like to invest in and make it and pretty much help over 100 homeless men and women in Detroit and Georgia and overseas in Uganda and Kenya with the struggling individuals and families. And also the church will sponsor more children in Africa that don't have a home to go to or don't have a home to go to. We will pretty much help say if a child say if a children in Africa like in Kenya and Uganda doesn't have access to have access to any type of health care or housing or economic resource, we plan to help those children out by sponsoring those children because the church already currently sponsor children in Africa already that don't have health care or living in an orphanage or they don't live or they don't like or they live in broken families and broken homes. And also today I will sign a executive order to sign to pretty much edu- provide more executive order to like pretty much make more the cancel temporary cancel any fees from any program from within the congregation with the time in recession and depression. So by increasing the effort for the $1 mandatory tithes and offering program that was started previously this year. Also part of the agenda for the church is the church just created a new adoption services that will help because the church everybody knows that the U.S. Supreme Court just overturned Roe versus Wade. So now the church is trying to create a new adoption service offer starting next year. The new office adoption service within the church is to manage adoption services for low income women were that were raped or incest. Adoption service office will offer parenting workshops and classes for women. The, and the church and the office and service will also be created for more unexpected pregnancies and abortion for women in Michigan and Georgia, but not will encourage abortions. The office and services will be more available for women in the United States of America to prevent more unexpected pregnancies and abortions. The church and also the budget that I signed what will invest in more low income communities like help and also it was the budget also include have more operations to perform more operations needed in Uganda and Kenya. And also the church is also looking for in this budget the church is also looking for professional fundraisers for church fundraising in Michigan, Uganda, Kenya, and Georgia. And you can and also the church has recently also the church has recently came published its own published its the church just recently budget provided its own volunteer handbook that also posted on the church website that people can always go to on the church website and view the volunteer handbook. And if they're interested in volunteer for the church now or in the future, they can fill out that form and email them or fax them back to the congregate to the church offices to the church so the office staff can get them and process them. So you process them. The volunteer opportunities also are open to also open to also open to youth and high school students that need to get some type need to get their service learning hours to meet their service learning requirements so they can graduate on time. that program is also open to those individuals, also open to children, young children that are able to volunteer at that age to volunteer, or they also open to young adults, senior citizens, and baby boomers. The church current membership stands at 4,542, means that and continue to go up weekly and daily. And, I would like to say, God bless to. I want to say God bless to to this country and to Americans that's still stuck in Afghanistan. I want to say God bless the people. I want to say God bless the citizens and people like President Zelensky and the Ukrainians. I want to say God bless to low income. I want to say God bless to communities and children in Uganda at the orphanage in Uganda and new members in Kenya. And God bless America.